morning, students, and a warm welcome. Welcome back. Subject Geography Standard 9th. Children, before beginning, in part 1, we have studied the first property of sea water, that is temperature. Now let's see more properties in this lesson. Let's recall. Just think, students. Why is the taste of sea water salty? Now you can see three pictures are there. It is salt. Now if we taste, how is the taste? It is salty. Have you tasted before? Yes or no? Just think. Yes, eventually everyone must have taste because in food we require salt. Without salt, the food is incomplete. What is the use of salts in the ocean to us? Just think. What is the use of salt? First thing, the salt is used in the food we eat. Next, salt is used to preserve things for longer periods. It is also used in ice factories for making various chemicals and medicines. So much uses of salts are there. How can we obtain? Now children, you can see the third picture and the first picture. These are known as salt pans. So salts like this, they are made. Next, how can we obtain the salt from the ocean water? So salts we can get from salt pans. Eventually, the evaporation in sunshine, the water evaporates, leaving behind salt. The salt is obtained and collected and transported to factories where it is purified and packed for consumption. So these were the methods how salt we can obtain from ocean water. So I hope students you have understood basic concept of salt, from where we get the uses of salt. The taste is salty, saltiness, isn't it? And in food we require salt, and it is very important for our health also. So children, today we will learn part 2 of the unit 6 properties of seawater. Pages are 51 to 54 and the subunit is salinity. That's why we have just recalled what is salt. So same way it is salinity. The word is salinity. We will study what is salinity, the properties of sea water. Just pay attention, children. The uses of salt. Let's study what are the uses of salt. Salt is used in the food we eat. Salt is also used for making various chemicals and medicines. Salt is also used to preserve things for longer periods. Salt is also used in ice factories. We obtain salt from salt pans. So all these were basic concept of salt. Next, this is a very important concept. Pay attention. The buoyancy of the seawater increases because of salinity. Now children, here you can see in the most important thing is when the salinity increases. So this is useful for water transport. The buoyancy of the seawater increases. Now we will study what the term means, buoyancy. But if the salinity is more, means the saltiness is more than bearable limits, the life in the water gets destroyed. children, eventually if we will consume much salty water, it is not good for health. Much salt. So everything must be in limit. So suppose in the sea, in the ocean, the salt is too much, the salinity is too much. The creatures living in the water also gets destroyed. Number one, buoyancy. What does the word buoyancy means? The force of a liquid acting in the vertical direction. Now, children, you can see here the vertical arrows are given, which opposes sinking of a floating object. This is the buoyancy force. Just observe the picture. The gravity is there and below is the buoyancy force. So because of the buoyancy force, the object is going inside. So in the vertical direction which opposes sinking of a floating object. Okay, here's a quick activity time. Children, I want everyone to try this activity in your home. But first, we will just read, and at home you can do this experiment. Keep the water safe for drinking with respect to health. Children, use a safe water. The water in the container is only for tasting, not for drinking. After tasting, ask the students to rinse their mouth with clean water. You will rinse your mouth with clean water. Let's quickly read. Take 1.5 liters of water in a big container. Put 100 grams salt in it and stir. So you can see 1.5 liter of water is there in a big container, and just put 100 gram of salt in it and just mix it up. Now take 3 containers of same size. You can take small containers. To identify them, put 3 dots of different colors on them. You can use any other colors in that. Okay, students? Next, turn your page. Page 52. Put the water containing salt equally in the 3 containers. Just now take pinch of salts and put equally in 3 containers. Make sure the containers are half empty after filling the water. Next, taste the water out of the 3 containers. Keep one in the sun outside. Cover it with mesh lid. Now children, out of the 3, okay, keep one outside. Now children, you can do this activity. Very simple it is. Just keep one container out and just covered it with mesh lid. You can take any lid in which the sun rays can go inside. Keep the remaining 2 in your room. Okay, you can keep inside your room. Cover them with net lids too. You can cover this with net lids. Put half a glass of fresh water daily in one of the containers in the room. So in one of the containers you can put fresh water daily. Any of the one container you can do it. After 3 to 4 days, you will observe that bring all the containers together in one place. Now after 3-4 days, just bring which was outside in the sun, bring that, and the 2 remaining you can get it together. Observe the level of the water in all the 3 containers. Now you have to do an activity. You have to taste the water in all the 3 containers. Experience the difference in the taste. Write about all the 3 tastes in one line each. The children, you have to taste all the 3 containers. Such a quick activity it is, but it will take 3 to 4 days. So please do this activity and you will enjoy this. Now let's see what all answers we get. In which container has the water increased or decreased? Now we have done this experiment, children. We have to know the answer. So this is your activity you will solve and you will write in your notebook. Okay, children? It's a quick activity. So you will do it. Next is, okay, I'll tell you the answer. The water has increased in the container in which the fresh water was added. The water has decreased in the container which was kept in the sun outside because due to the evaporation. So children, you will write your answers. You will note down the points in your notebook after experimenting it. What answers you will get, you will write down. Next is what could be the reason behind the decrease or increase. Fresh water was added in the container. The water level increased. The water has decreased in the container which was kept outside in the sun due to the evaporation. What could be the reason behind the low and the high salinity of the water in the container? The container which was kept outside the sun due to the high rate of evaporation, the salinity is high, obviously. And as we kept on adding fresh water to the container kept in the room, the salinity is low. Such a quick experiment and we get the concept of salinity. Wow. Let's see a few geographical reasons behind it. You have known that because of the sun's heat, evaporation happens at a faster rate. Correct? Evaporated water turns into water vapor and reduces in quantity. So the water eventually it gets reduced. But amount of salt remains the same in the remaining water, children. And therefore the salinity in the of the water increase. Okay, children, I hope you understood this concept. Let's read. In seas where the rate of the evaporation is high, then the supply of fresh water salinity is high. Next, in seas where the supply of fresh water exceeds the rate of evaporation, salinity is low. Salinity is not affected much in seas where both the supply of fresh water and evaporation of water is low. Just remember, always remember, how is the salinity of the seawater measured? Now the seawater is quite huge, it is very big. So how it is measured? The weight of all dissolved salts in water in ratio of parts per thousand of water is called the salinity of seawater. You can write what is salinity of seawater, you can write this. For example, if the weight of dissolved salt in 1000 gram, 1 kg of seawater is 40 gram, then the salinity is 40 per thousand parts. So how to read this? 40 per thousand parts. Hydrometer, refractometer and salinometer are used to measure salinity. So children, keep in mind these three tools are used to measure salinity. Okay, so here's a map. Salinity of seawater. So just observe this map, children, in your page 53, and here we will solve few questions. Figure 6.9, observe the map and answer the following questions. So children, this is a map. You can see Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Southern Ocean. This is a world map. Salinity of seawater you can see. Let's solve few questions. What is the salinity around the tropic? So just see what is the salinity around the tropic area. The salinity around the tropic is 36%. Okay, here you can see 36%. This is the tropic area. Which region has the least salinity? The Andaman Sea has the least salinity of 32. So here you can see in the Andaman area, the Andaman part, you can see it is 32 parts per thousand. Which ocean has salinity more than 37 parts per 1000. The answer is, here you can see in the map, it is Mediterranean Sea, Red Sea, Dead Sea, and Caspian Sea has salinity of more than 37 parts per thousand. So children, while I am reading, you can note it down in your textbook. What are the reasons of differences in salinity on a global level? The answer is the uneven distribution of temperature on the earth. An uneven supply of fresh water are the reasons of difference in salinity of a global level. So just observe this map, children, carefully, take your time, and you will solve the questions. Okay, next we will read the geographical explanation of salinity. The uneven distribution of temperature on Earth, uneven supply of fresh water affects the salinity of seawater. In tropical zone, you have already known it is very hot regions, the temperature is high and rate of evaporation is also high. Therefore, the salinity is higher. Keep in mind, children, this. Around 5 degrees north and south of the equator in the equatorial calm belt, the sky is cloudy for a long period of time and conventional rainfall occurs every time. Large rivers like Congo and Amazon in the equatorial regions meet the sea. Therefore, the supply of fresh water is abundant. So, in this region, there are much fresh water. But because of higher temperatures, rate of evaporation is more and therefore the seas in these areas are more saline. Okay, children, the evaporation is more, therefore the water is saline. Next, we will read in mid-latitudinal zone, 25 degree to 35 degree north and south, rainfall is less and the supply of fresh water from rivers is also low. This zone has the hot deserts of the world. Thus, the salinity of the seas is found to be higher here. Salty water. In temperate regions, the sun rays and salinity are slanting and therefore the temperatures are lower. Okay, the sun rays are slanting, so the temperature is low. Because of the melting of the snow, the supply of water is also more. Eventually, children, the snow it's melting, so the supply of water is more. Therefore, this zone salinity decreases with increasing of latitudes. In the polar areas, temperatures are very low. Evaporation is also very less in polar areas. So, salinity is low in the polar areas. Landlocked seas have higher salinity than open seas, as the rate of evaporation is more and there is lack of supply of fresh water from large rivers. Thus, there is a difference in the salinities of open and enclosed seas. We have already studied in part 2. What are open and landlocked seas? For example, the average salinity of the Mediterranean Sea is, here you can read, children, how much it is. Just read, 39 parts per thousand. While the salinity of the most saline ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, is 35 parts per thousand. Now, children, have you heard about Dead Sea? What is Dead Sea? Just read this passage carefully. The name of the sea itself gives an idea of the condition there. The sea lying on the border of Israel and Jordan has a salinity of 332 parts per thousand. The average salinity of the ocean is 35 parts per thousand. Children, Jordan is the only large river meeting this sea. Low rainfall, low supply of fresh water and high evaporation. Children, only these reasons are there for high salinity. If this concept you will know, you will get the full concept of what is salinity. Low rainfall, low supply of fresh water and high evaporation. We have seen the experiment also. There is no life here except few unicellular organisms. The fish coming from the river Jordan die as soon as they come here. Because of high salinity, saline pillars have developed. Some of them come out of the surface. The density of is also high because of higher salinity. Therefore, one can never drown in the sea. We can easily float when we go in the sea water. So children, we can easily float. Another characteristic of the Dead Sea is that the land here is below the mean sea level. It is one of the places having the lowest elevations on the earth. In some areas, the altitude is 400 meter. This is the picture of Dead Sea, children. You can see everything is floating down because of high salinity and high evaporation. So today, children, we have studied in part 2 what is salinity, the second property of seawater. It is very easy, children. I hope you understood the concept, why does it happens. Okay, because of high evaporation, high rate of evaporation, lack of supply of fresh water, so thus it is higher salinity. So we shall study the last property of seawater in part 3. Complete the map in figure 6.9 and answer the questions in your rough book. This is your homework. Google form, kindly fill the Google form and solve the question. Thank you, students, and have a lovely day.